At the end of part 2, we were right here. We had just mirrored this keyhole type hole over to this side, and now what we want to do is start to make these tabs down here. If you'll recall, they come down and then flatten out and apply pressure to the battery. And the way we're going to do that is that we're going to do a loft command. And to remind you what a loft command is, a loft takes two sketches. So the first sketch we're going to have is this little rectangle here, and we're going to loft it with this rectangle we're about to create in a minute on a work plane. So we've got these two identical rectangles out in space, and then what a loft does is it just connects those in a three-dimensional structure. This will be pretty straightforward since they're both rectangles, but the computer will just choose the most logical way to connect those, and then we'll have this little area over here. So let's begin with that. What we need to do first is we need to make this work plane a 1/4 inch from this plane down here. So an offset plane back. So it lives parallel with this plane, but 0.25 inches back. And I got that by with the dial calipers. So let's do that first. So we'll come up here and go to plane. Actually, we don't need to do. We could do that, but a more elegant way to do that is to just right-click on this plane, right-click offset plane, and it puts it by default, I think, 1 inch back there. But we're doing small stuff, so we're going to have to zoom up, and that offset plane is going to be I think a 1/4 inch. Yep, in. So let's go ahead and put that 0.25. Oops. 0.25. And now we want to put a sketch plane here and then draw those rectangles so I can do the loft. So we'll put a sketch plane on sketch 3. This one's a little bit tricky. Not really though, just maybe some new techniques. So the first thing we're going to do, I guess we don't strictly speaking need to do this, but it'll make it easy for us, is we're going to use the use command, and we're going to project this rectangle, the one I'm going to start my loft with, we're going to project that onto my sketch plane here. And then we're going to use that geometry to help us build the next one. Okay. So we have projected that sketch onto here. This isn't really a sketch, it's just a feature, an edge of this hole, but Onshape fortunately interprets it also as a sketch if you want to. So there it is. And we're going to drop it down a little bit, and we're going to make it the exact same size. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to press N to make the sketch plane perpendicular to me, and I'm going to turn off the visibility of the battery holder. Okay, so now I know what I want to do, and I can get that battery holder out of the way. What I want to do is make that exact same rectangle, but just down a little bit. So I'm going to click it there, and I'm afraid if I hit enter now, let's see. Yeah, so it doesn't like, this is a quirkiness with Onshape. So it already knows that this distance is the same. So if I try to put in a number there, even though I'm prompted for it, if I put it in there, it'll throw an error. So just hit escape and you're out of there. And it will have pinned, I believe, that width to what it should be because I lined it up with the other one. So now here I need to find out, okay, so this is 10 thou in thickness, and then we're 0.063 down from the other one. So let's make this 0.01. That's the thickness of our aluminum. And I believe we're still green because I need to locate it 0.063. And now it's black. Okay, so I have this new rectangle. Now I'm going to turn on visibility of the battery holder again. And I'm going to loft, which is the following. So I'll take that sketch, and then over here is the Loft tool. So I click there, and the first thing we click is a sketch. So it's going to be this region there, and it's going to loft down to here. we're beginning to make that part. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is to extrude outward in order to get the bottom part, this part here. And then we're going to fillet the edges so that it's rounded. So so a simple extrusion, a distance 0.12 is going to make this little area, and then we'll fillet it at 0.06 to get its final appearance. So we're going to extrude out 0.12. And there we go. And then I'm going to fillet these two corners 0.06. And I've finished that part. Okay, now I tried to, once I finish this, mirror this over to the other one. But for some reason the loft won't mirror. So I had to make it again. I won't show that in the video, but you just have to repeat that over here. Maybe somebody can figure out why the mirror doesn't work on the loft for me. Okay, almost done. We just need the little bitty feet that are on the bottom. And looks like I don't have that image here. So we have this image here, these little things here. And your measurements may vary, but mine are as follows. So they're these rectangles, which I'm going to extrude down. And then I'm going to make another little sketch here and extrude out until I get these feet here. And if we want to put fillets, tiny little fillets on here to make it look more realistic, we can. But that's the strategy. So let me orient my part similar to this. So I believe I want it to be something like this. Let's see. Nope, other way. Something like this, based on how I measured it. Let's see, is that right? Yeah. So my sketches are going to be on this very thin bottom here. And so we've got these two rectangles that are 80 thou in width, and they're 80 thou away from this edge here, and they're 40 thou and separated. So let's do that. So we'll put a sketch plane right there. And I'm going to make, I guess I can go ahead and press N to get this perpendicular to me. So I'll go click here, and then here. And I want to hit escape again so I don't get the error. And this is 0.08. And I want to go ahead and locate it here to here as 0.08. And, or do I? Oh, it's already fully dimensioned. Why is it black? Did I accidentally already? Why would that be already? Huh. Okay, let's do that again. Control Z your way out of there. Let's try this. From here to here, 0.080. But this distance here should also be 0.080. 0.080. Somehow I've already, when I drew it, put in a constraint inadvertently. So let's try that again. Here to here. I'm just going to leave it completely undimensioned, and I'm just going to locate it here, 0.080, 0.080. And now what I want to do is make this 0.080. And I want to make another rectangle, like so. And I want that distance between them, here to here, to be 0.040. And finally, 0.080, like so. Alright, I think that's good. Now I want to extrude it down, I forget how much. Extrude it down 0.04. So let's do that. Let's finish the sketch. and extrude that one and that one 0.04 to get that. And now I just need to make the horizontal feet, which are right there, and of course they're 10 thou in thickness, which is the thickness of all of the aluminum in here. So let me just turn it around like so, put a sketch plane here, and put those in there. So we're going to have one here to here, 0.010, and here to here, 0.010, and I can extrude those out a distance 0.035. 0.035. Okay, so now I want to mirror those to the other side. The simple extrusions can be mirrored without any problem. So I want to turn on that mid plane. Which one? There it is. Plane 1. It's mid plane. So I want to go to the mirror. I want to mirror a feature. I want to grab the stuff I want to mirror, which is that extrusion and that extrusion. And my mirror plane is right there. There it is. And I get the battery holder, which I think is a pretty good representation of it. Again, you're going to have to make this one again. The mirror didn't work, but for the most part, everything's done now. So this is our battery holder for the LED flashlight. Thanks for watching.